Welcome to Beyond the Closing Table with Setco Services. In this podcast, we delve into the world of real estate and explore what happens beyond the closing table. Join us for insightful discussions and expert interviews that will change the way you see real estate transactions. Welcome to Beyond the Closing Table. I'm George Brandon Jr., sponsored by Setco. Today, I have Hali Binkley.
Hi.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay. And you are currently with Quora?
Yeah, Quora Realty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got that right.
Yeah.
I had to pronunciate my words today. So, look, let's hear about you a little bit. Where are you from?
I'm from Kennesaw, Georgia. I've been here for 11 years, though, so this is home. I do go home occasionally because my family still all lives up there, but
how's growing up in Kennesaw, Georgia?
You know, it was the best of both worlds. You get the city and then you get the redneck part of it. I had family in Paulding County, which is like mudding, four-wheeler,
I grew up in the South.
Yeah, so you get it.
That's my speed.
Yeah, and then I also had family in Arkansas, so we grew up hunting and, doing all the stuff, getting dirty.
You're just a good old redneck girl, right?
I am, surprisingly.
And that's coming from an endearing spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad wants me to be a redneck, but it's way deep down.
Okay, you've suppressed it?
Not really. I actually just started bow hunting recently, so, I got back into my roots.
Okay.
But yeah.
So, upbringing, good? How was school? What'd you do in school? Play any sports?
Yeah. Upbringing was interesting, but we don't have to get into all that. But I was a swimmer in high school.
Okay.
And I started lifeguarding pretty early as my first job and quit swimming because I had to make money because I moved out when I was about 17. So I was like,
you had to
gotta figure it out.
I got you. Well, funny thing, I was actually a swimmer.
Were you?
And I was a lifeguard.
Yeah.
I was
What
actually a
stroke
lifeguard
did you
and butterfly.
Okay, I was fly as well.
Yeah.
Flying free.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. I'm not gonna, I'm lucky I just don't sink.
Right.
So.
I hated fly, but my coach was like, you need to do it. You've got those broad shoulders. Get on it.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
So you were a lifeguard too?
I was, yeah.
Okay. Locally?
I was a lifeguard at a YMCA locally, and then I was a lifeguard, not here, local to Kennesaw. Yeah. And then I started doing neighborhood pools and stuff like that. And then after that, I found the restaurant business and became a server at a restaurant in Buckhead. So that was a good taste.
So you moved... Did you move to Atlanta or did you live in Kennesaw?
No, I actually lived in Ackworth at the time. So I moved all around Kennesaw, like Ackworth, Marietta, all in that area. And then I worked in Buckhead. So I would just hop on the interstate real fast and go to Buckhead for a few years. And then found a job in Kennesaw, downtown Kennesaw, and stayed there until I moved here.
So it sounds like you grew up really quick.
Yes. By a little bit by choice, a little bit not by choice. I definitely wanted to get away from my parents and their divorce, and it was definitely a hard situation to be around. So I was like, let me get out of here. I was also...
Did you go out on your own at 17?
So my sister is a day and a year older than me exactly.
Okay.
So she was already living on her own in an apartment, and I was like, can I move in with you? Well... Actually, before that, I decided to move in with my boyfriend at the time and his family. Oh. And that was not a good idea. They weren't the best of people, but I ended up moving with him down here. Actually, I was with him for 8 years.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, yeah.
Okay.
From when I was 14 till I was like in my 20s. But he brought me to Panama City, so I guess he did something right, but that's about it.
Well, all right, so you brought it up. What made you move down here besides the boyfriend?
Oh, what? We had a lot of problems. I was young. I was 19 years old. We had a lot of problems up there, and I thought, it was a Band-Aid. If we got away from where we grew up, all the people we knew, that everything would be better, Yeah. So I...
Like fixing a relationship with a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. I always love that one.
Yeah. So we ran away. We ran here. He had some friends.
Did he have a plan?
No. God, no.
Did either of you have a plan? How old were you at this time?
I was 19.
Okay.
No, we didn't really have a plan. I don't really remember how we ended up finding a place to stay. I can't remember if we stayed with somebody when we first moved here, but we ended up getting an apartment that was unheard of now. It was $550 a month. It was a 1-bedroom. Yeah. It was right by the
Were you
beach.
in Calhoun County? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, we were right in Panama City, actually,
Okay.
off of Pine Tree Avenue.
Okay.
And I was a little hippie girl, dreadhead. I was like, let me just be by the beach. I didn't care,
Is that what brought, like, why'd y'all pick that area?
Because he had friends here that worked beach service, and he was like, I'm going to go work beach service. And I was like, okay, I'm coming with you,
Okay. You were young and in love.
Young and what I thought was love, yes. Okay. But, you get older.
Your perception
you learn.
at 19.
Exactly. You get older and you learn that's not.
Hey, look, it took me 30 years to find my wife.
Yeah.
So, it's a journey.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate to have found my person now.
Good.
But it took a lot of bad ones to get there,
We've all been through that.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with it. You just trial and error, and then you find the right one.
Right.
So if you don't make too many mistakes along the way.
Mm-hmm. So learn,
What did you do when you first got to the Panama City?
So when I first got here, I cried a lot because I had no friends here. I had no family here, and I couldn't find a job.
I feel bad.
Yeah. But I think that was just a fear of, will I ever find a job? Because I had moved here right before season. I went to Pineapple Willie's. I went to all the places that they tell you to apply,
Right.
And these people, what I didn't realize, people work in the service industry here for years at a time to get to be a server or a bartender, things that I was doing back home. But so I was on the beach one day, and I actually met one of the owners from Cajun Place, and they were like, yeah, come in for an interview.
Is that still there?
So they actually tore the original building down. They have a new building now, which is off of Thomas Drive. I think they just changed the name to Navy Boulevard. Okay. The name of that road, right by Diego's. I don't know if you go over on that end of the beach at all.
Yeah. No, I know the area.
Yeah. So
I just remember that guy's commercials.
Yeah.
Because they're Cajun Place guy.
Which one? Right? Jan or?
I don't know. One of them.
Yeah, they did. They had their grandson on there.
Okay.
And he was like saying something about his Nana's sweet tea or something.
Probably.
I think that is still the same thing, but I don't know. I don't know if that's around down there. Yeah. So they gave me a job, and I actually met some of the best friends that I could have ever asked for. And we are all still friends till today. And I met them in 2015. So, we all there's probably 8 of us, and our girl group keeps growing.
Okay.
It's probably about 20 of us
met them
now.
at the Cajun Place.
I did, yes. Okay. The original Cajun Place.
Got it. All right. Well, now we're getting to good parts of it.
Right.
So where'd you go from there?
So when I stayed at Cajun Place for a while, I ended up actually getting a job at the Salty Goat Saloon after. I've been there for 8 years, but I got a job there in a really interesting way.
Okay.
So my boyfriend and I at the time broke up. He moved away. I moved into a house with one of the girls from Cajun Place. And I don't know how deep you want me to go into
Come on
this,
with it.
Okay.
So if you say anything,
yeah,
she can cut it out.
It doesn't bother me, but it's kind of dark. So yeah, as long as that doesn't matter. But,
I'm an open book.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't care either. It doesn't bother me. So I was actually attacked in my sleep by my neighbor. So we lived in a duplex, and my neighbor broke into my house while I was asleep and attacked me. Yeah.
A man?
A man.
Okay.
He's now in prison.
Okay.
He actually gets out next year. But so he was a regular at Salty Goat Saloon, and he went in after he bailed out in less than 24 hours after attacking me, got arrested. They found him in his bed asleep. It had clearly been obvious that he had planned it because of the things that he brought with him and stuff. And so the owner, Gary, at the time of Salty Goat, found out that he went to the Goat and was asking people for money, saying he got in a bar fight and he had to leave town. So Gary came to Cajun Place where I was working. I had 2 black eyes at the time. I didn't look great, but I had to work. I had to make money,
Yeah.
And he was like, I know you don't know who I am, but I own the Salty Goat and I want you to come work for me. And he put a $100 bill in my tip jar. I never saw him again. He ended up passing away a few months later. But he's changed my life. He is the reason that I drive my dream car, that I own 2 properties. Giving me that job at the Salty Goat has made it to where I'm able to do anything that I've been able to do.
And that's amazing. But you said you never saw him again?
I never saw him again.
But they honored hiring you?
Yes. So he actually ended up getting cancer, leukemia, I believe. And so he got really sick. And Laura, the general manager, had reached out to me before they found out that Gary was sick. And she was like, hey, Gary wants me to interview you. And I was like, okay. And I kind of stayed on her, but I didn't realize that Gary was sick. And then until Gary had passed away. So I was attacked in November. Gary passed away, I believe, in January or February. And then I stayed on Laura and was like, hey, we were supposed to have this interview. And she was like, Gary actually passed away. We're kind of going through it over here. And I was like, oh my gosh, totally understand. That's fine. Whenever you guys are ready. And so she ended up interviewing me. Gary's daughter took over the business, Caitlin. She's who owns it now.
Okay.
Her and her husband. And let's see, this Saturday is actually my 8 years being at the Salty Goat anniversary. So yeah, they honored it, and I've worked there ever since.
Well, if you've been there 8 years, you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Go back.
Yeah.
Do you know how he found out that
I was attacked?
That you were the victim.
Yeah.
And some random ass guy and
right.
asking for money in a bar,
Right.
How do you weave that web back to you?
I don't know how he found out, because I didn't even know the Salty Goat was a thing.
Okay.
I had friends that were bikers.
On TV now, you do.
Right. Now I know. But I had friends that were bikers, and not like biker in a club or anything, but they rode motorcycles, and they went around looking for the guy that had bailed out and attacked me. Not that they were supposed to be doing that, but they had caught wind from some of the bartenders that they knew at Salty Goat that this was the person that did this. And another bartender that was a friend of mine that worked at Newbies made this like Where's Waldo flyer, and it had Jacob's, the guy who attacked me, his face on it. So everybody was kind of like in town looking for him,
Wow.
And then it ended up being on the news that I was attacked. Okay. I don't really know how, but not that they interviewed me or anything, but it was an article and they had talked about it. But I was very open with the fact that it had happened to me. I was around town. I was like, we're going to get this guy, and everybody's going to see what he did to me. And I took pictures and had everything ready for the court case that didn't happen until a year later. But when his family came to his house, which was connected to my house, to pick up his stuff, I sat on the porch so they could see what he did to my face, But yeah, I don't know. They figured it out somehow, and it got back to me, and then got to Gary, I guess.
Well, a little carat of gold there. Thanks for sharing.
I know,
it's a wild
crazy.
Story.
It's crazy. I listen to murder podcasts all the time. It's the kind of thing you hear that doesn't happen to people.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But look, there were some positives that came from it, at least in a roundabout way. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you've been at the Salty Goat for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when did we decide to dabble into real estate? You said you had 2 properties.
Yes.
Yeah. So you did that before.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
So after I moved out of the house that I was attacked in, or the duplex, I had a friend whose mom was a realtor, and she was my really close friend, and she was like, why don't you buy a house? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that. Because they were doing where you get the grant right after the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing it to where you can get money towards your loan if you stay in the house for a certain amount of time.
We closed a few of those.
Yeah. It was awesome. I got a lot of money.
Great for the community.
They paid I mean, they basically paid me to buy my first house, which was really cool. And
Yeah.
I never had anything of my own. My parents don't live in their houses that we grew up in. So it was a really cool experience at 20 something years old, 22, buying my first property and realizing that I was capable of doing that, and that
Good
it
for
is
you.
possible for people to buy property. It's actually pretty easy, if you have all your ducks in a row and get to the table without any issues. So
Oh, well.
yeah, because there are issues out there, as you guys know.
This is beyond the closing stage.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, getting to the table. I like it.
Yeah.
You make it sound very simple.
Yeah,
It can be.
I do.
You're right.
And it was for me. I was fortunate.
Good for you.
Mm.
Hopefully you closed at Setco. But anyway.
I think I can't even really, it was somewhere on the beach.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad if you don't remember.
Yeah.
In closing world, if it was bad, you would absolutely remember who the title company is.
I cannot remember who I closed on my first house with, but my second house was downtown Panama City.
You still live in the same house, or is that another one an investment?
Yeah. So the house that I bought, my first house, is now my investment property. I bought a second house this past year with my significant other, Dustin, and we put the original house up on Airbnb, VRBO, Furnished Finder. And Furnished Finder has actually been where I've got most of my people there.
What is? I've never heard of that one.
It's midterm, long-term, midterm. It's traveling doctors, traveling nurses, military. Furnished Finder.
Huh. Okay.
So you
learned something new today, Abs.
Right? It's actually been really, really great for me. You actually pay annually. It's not like VRBO where they get a certain amount of.
So you're saying midterm, like 6 months? 3 months?
So sometimes a month, sometimes longer. It just depends. The people that are in my house now have been with me for 5 months, but we were doing month to month. So they are just like, I ask them in the middle of the month, like, hey, do you want me to block the calendar for next month? And they're like, yeah, we want to stay. So
cool.
Yeah, it's been really, really
Good
great.
for you.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
But now I want more. So that's the problem.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
All right. So how did you get actually, because I know we're headed into the real estate world and you've been doing this for a minute. How did you get involved in actually becoming an agent?
So before I started real estate, I actually got my massage therapy license. I went to Haney and became a massage therapist and thought that was going to be my route, what I was going to do for a living.
Okay.
I knew that I couldn't bartend and serve forever as much as I love it and love the money and love the people I meet. It's not something I want to do forever,
Yeah.
It's hard on your body and your mind and your soul.
That's a thing here. People come down here, for spring break, and
Absolutely.
then 50 years later, they're still behind a bar.
Yeah, it is a thing because it's good
Which
money.
some people get. They make good money. I'm not discounting it one bit.
No, I get it.
But, it's not regular. I guess it's not an 8 to 5, and I'm sure it's probably slinging stuff all over the place. Gets tiring.
It does. It's a lot. It is a lot. But, it's also fun, and it's also, you can get addicted to the high of it, the rush,
Well, it's giving you opportunities too.
Absolutely. Right? And you meet lots of people, which is really cool too.
Yeah.
So
I know multiple realtors who have started either in the food industry or
that's what they say. Bartenders, they move on and they become realtors. That's
I think all the bartenders in South Walton have their real estate license.
Yeah.
It's just, E-Car is 4,400 people and based out of a county with 75,000 people.
Yeah.
That's heavy realtor.
Yeah.
And that's just here. I don't think Bay County is that dramatic, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, the state of Florida is dramatic too. Yeah. Those numbers are insane.
Yeah. Everybody's got their real estate license. Yeah. Everybody knows a friend.
It's so fun. Why not though?
Yeah, sure. Well, to your point of meeting people, like how many people do you meet in one night and just the opportunity that they may be sitting there and may buy something?
Right.
Or,
it's true. Yeah. I mean, one of the guys I'm working with now, he's one of my regulars in there. So,
okay. There you go. Know. Point taken, George.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So when did you get into real estate? Or at what point did you decide, all right, man, I can't be behind this bar for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Where did someone approach you? What happened?
So my best friend, Jess, she actually got her real estate license before I did. And I had kind of always known that I wanted to own properties and do rentals and stuff, but she got it and was doing things, and I was like, I don't know, it just like made something spark in my brain of like, that seems like a route that I would like. I really like houses. I really like, talking to people. I like knowing what's going on with the market. I like money, finance. So I started taking the classes, and I did Brian Kiefer's online class, which loved him. He did a great job. And then
he has an online class now?
Yeah, he did. It was
Kiefer, all fancy.
I know. It was
I've only known him for like
it was like
years.
It was Zoom, but it wasn't Zoom because he wasn't interacting with me. You have options, but I just like watched his videos and took his tests, So I did that for about 6 months in 2024.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting we're in 2026 already. That's crazy.
Time flies when you're having fun in the real estate market, right?
Yes. So I did that for about 6 months, took my tests in February of 2025, and then met my broker, Shannon, in April. And
did you pass?
I did.
First time?
I did,
Go on, girl.
So
that's not that normal.
Yeah. I studied
I know some very,
really
very good
hard.
real estate agents that have failed multiple times.
But let me tell you, the massage one that I took, the massage state exam, was very difficult.
So the massage exam is harder than a real estate exam.
I don't know.
What I'm hearing.
Personally,
that's what you said.
I went to school to Haney for, I can't remember how many months, but, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day.
Right.
Studying, doing massage. And I just went and took the test. I didn't study for the massage exam. So I failed it the first time. And if you've never taken a state exam, it's intimidating. It's hard, Yeah. So I think that just prepared me.
25 years ago.
Right.
Just to date myself, but it's been a minute.
Yeah. I think it just prepared me is the thing. I don't know if it's technically easier. I think it depends on the person, how your brain works, how you learn.
Yeah, I'm not a good tester.
Maybe I got an easy test. I don't know. But
are you talking about the real estate side?
The real estate, yes.
Did you ever pass the massage test?
Yes.
Okay.
So I failed it the first time.
Okay.
Was super upset. Studied for a few more months and then passed it. Yeah. So I hold both licenses right now.
Do you actually do massage?
I do. I have my own massage business, so I do it just with like clients that I've had. It's not, I don't have a building or anything. I do travel. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So your friend who is the broker?
So she actually met Shannon, our broker. She's both of our broker now.
Okay.
And she met her at the Salty Goat.
Okay.
And
I'm starting to sense a theme here.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was going to go with Keller Williams originally, and I had a meeting with them and everything. And then Jess was like, just meet Shannon and see how you feel. She's like, don't feel like you have to go with her, but, just see. So I met Shannon, my broker, and I was like, you are who I want to work with. I love you. You're great.
Nice.
So I've been working with her. And
does she have like mentorship?
Oh my gosh.
So that's one good
Beyond.
thing. Not one, I should have said that's poor choice of words.
Yeah.
Keller Williams did a good job with new agents.
Right. Which is what attracted to me to them originally, but was the classes and everything that you can take. But I feel like Shannon's very arm in arm. She's like, what do you need? She's very knowledgeable. I feel I wouldn't have got the type of attention that I'm getting from her as a broker at Keller Williams. I would be getting that from other agents, which is probably the same thing, but I just feel like it works better for me, and
depends
what I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just fit your mold, whatever.
Right.
However you want to put it.
Right.
But if you're comfortable and you feel like you're learning, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Mentorship comes in many different ways, but
it's true.
I think in the real estate market, that team approach is where I've seen the most success. Not saying that's exactly what you did, but you have somebody at least coaching you through some of the challenges.
Mm-hmm. And I would say we are very much a team for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you want to be.
Absolutely.
You got 8 years behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I figure, it's like the salon chair. You know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, how's it going? How's the real estate going?
It's good. I just had my first closing. I think it took like 6 months, maybe almost a year for my first closing.
Oh, for your first closing.
Yeah, my first
closing. What
closing.
about contract to close?
So I No. It didn't take that long. No, they wanted to close very fast.
Okay.
So
it took you about a year to get your first house on the contract.
Yes.
Okay.
But I helped the buyers. So I actually met them at an open house.
Okay.
And they were super nice, and they were like, she told me now, she was like, we were working with other agents. She was like, but I met you. And I was like, I'm holding on to her card, is what she told me the other day, actually.
Cool.
So we closed in February, beginning of February, on their house. And after that, she was like, we actually have a property that we want you to sell for us. So now I have my first listing and my first closing through the same couple. And the price point at my first property is $825, which I think is insane. And I'm super proud of it. But and the house is just immaculate. I really hope that I'm able to do it justice for them, because they're
what was the buy?
Couple. It was $379. As we actually went above asking. But just by not very much, but they really wanted the house. They wanted to gut it and make it into their dream home. So
cool.
Yeah.
So what's been your strategy up to this point?
Really open houses.
Okay.
That is where I feel like I meet the most people.
Are you doing your own open house, or are you going to sit for others? What are you doing?
So originally, before I had the listing that I have now, I actually made a post on Facebook and was like, realtors, I want to do open houses. I want to meet people. I want to meet other realtors. I feel like, we work together in this industry. I feel like if you're a team, that's the best way to get stuff done. People will think of you, So I actually made a post and got a lot of feedback, and a bunch of people sent me their listings, and they were like, hey, just let me know when you want to do it. So I sat at a bunch of different people's open houses. I sat at my broker's open houses, and now that I have a listing, I've been doing them there.
Yep.
I'm hoping to meet people there. Yeah.
Are you still going to go do others?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I right now I'm focusing on that house because it just went live last week.
Sure.
But I plan to, yes.
So I'll tell you offline who it is, but one of the top real estate agents in this market in South Walton started out doing just that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I tell people to listen to this. Like, you can pick up little nuggets.
Yeah.
But he literally went and sat in other people's open houses.
Yeah.
And now he's by far top of the market.
Yeah.
So,
that's my plan. I want to be the top.
Well, you meet people. Yeah. There you go. I like that energy.
That's just how I am. I just I do everything full force. It's a strength and a weakness. So,
let's heavy on the strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely more of a strength, but it is a weakness for me because I sometimes max myself out more than I probably should.
Well, that's okay. You got to have your R&R too.
Yeah.
Sometimes kick back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that's now the bar scene for you. You can go relax at the Salty Goat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so relaxing.
Do they stay busy in the off season?
Oh, yes. So we actually have a huge, because our prices are really good. We have a huge snowbird following, as we call it. You
got a bunch of old drunks in there at 5 o'clock?
Oh, yeah. Earlier
Nice.
Sometimes. They love our happy hour.
Y'all got the happy hour like,
oh my gosh,
2 for $1, 4 to 6?
Yes. It's 4 to 7, and they love it.
Awesome.
They, especially if we have music, they're just trying to party. You know, they're living their best lives.
They're coming down from Margaritaville.
We do get a lot of people from Margaritaville, a lot of people from Wisconsin, and not as many people from Canada right now, but a lot of people from
that's
up
okay.
north. Yeah.
Let's stay up there.
Yeah.
So what does your future look like in the real estate market? What do you want to accomplish?
Oh, that's a big question. What do I want to accomplish? I mean, I guess I just want to do the best I can. I definitely have goals for myself financially in the next 8 to 10 years of where I want to be. And I would like to, I do it because I enjoy it. And I think that's how people get good at what they do, is because they enjoy it. So I guess just do the best I can and hope that something good comes out of it. And I do have financial goals, but that comes in time. So
I see people in the real estate market fail when they just don't stay at it.
Yeah.
Just stay at it.
Yeah.
Like you got to just repeat, and it'll come.
Yeah.
You've got a great avenue because you're still working at the Salty Goat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It helps. My bills are paid, so there's not as much pressure, but I still have that pressure on myself to
Well, I was talking more about
succeed.
lead generation.
Oh, yeah, that
Think
too.
about it. You got a bar full of people every night. I mean, not everybody, local people that you see all the time are going to necessarily buy a house.
Right.
But there's transient people that come in there and start up a conversation. That's simple lead generation.
Mm-hmm. And they think of you too. Even if they're not ready now, they're like, hey, when I'm ready, I've had a lot of people reach out and be like, hey, when I'm ready.
That's the friendly girl that gave me a martini.
Yeah.
Yes,
right,
for sure.
Right.
I mean,
right. And we can have fun doing it,
martinis. Exactly. You've got to have fun doing it. So do you use social media much for real estate?
I do. I'm learning, I should say. It's a lot to learn.
I just got on it.
But God, it's hard.
Well, I don't know. Somebody helps me manage mine.
Yeah.
I'll just be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But I haven't been on the gram much. And then I go open it up and I go down this rabbit hole because, of course, their algorithm for me is just real estate heavy.
Right. Mine
or
too.
my family.
Mine too.
And I'm like seeing all my real estate buddies there for pages and pages.
Mm-hmm. What could you be doing better? What could you be doing that? You know, it's definitely... I have multiple Instagrams, so my real estate Instagram page is very much like that.
Okay.
But I also have one for my podcast, one for my rental property, and a personal one. So
you've got 4 Instagram accounts.
Yes. And also,
I don't like the one I've got.
I think I have 4, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Since you brought it up, you have a podcast.
I do, yes.
What's it about?
It's called Loading Her. It is basically about us all figuring out how similar we are, and we all have a story, and everybody can relate. So at least somebody can relate to your story and what you have been through, because I feel like as humans, the human experience is similar in a way. So
intriguing.
So I've really only had women on there so far. So loading into her, like we're all still growing and learning, loading, if you will.
Okay.
Like from a technology standpoint, and
got it now. Okay.
Yeah. I know it sounds weird, but
no. Now it makes sense.
So I don't even really know how it happened. My best friend back home and I were going to do a podcast together about long distance friendship and stuff, and we're very heavy into the podcast world, listening to podcasts constantly. That's how I spend my day.
You like your murder mysteries?
I like that. Right now I'm on actually audiobooks. Okay. So I've stepped back from the podcast world a little bit and dove into the audiobook world. But
what other podcasts do you like, genres?
Oh my gosh, I'm all over the board, but mostly something. As long as there's something wrong or negative, I like it. It's like something was wrong, my favorite murder, like stuff like that. But I also listen to...
I'll send you a couple of them.
Yeah. That's fine. I want to hear it.
Plenty of wrong and negative in there. This is the real estate market.
Yeah, absolutely.
So go back to yours. Mm-hmm. So are you promoting, like, I hate to use it, like girl power, or is it...
Connection is what I'm promoting.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but specific to female, or?
I feel like that's more so my demographic, but I do have men that listen and relate, and they're like, "Hey, you actually help me understand women better." And I'm like, wow. Okay, as long as I can help you,
help somebody do something.
Yeah.
Why not?
I do market to women though, specifically.
So when you're trying to like give me an idea of like you're connecting, what are you talking about?
So I have solo episodes where I've told my story that I touched on with you guys about being attacked. And then I have episodes where I'm like, hey, this is what I'm going through in the week. This is something I'm struggling with, how I'm plan to overcome it. If it's something that is still an issue for me, what am I doing to set myself up to be the her, as I say, that you want to be? And when I interview people, I basically just they tell their story. Everybody has their story. I have one friend who has an insane birth story where she birthed her second child at her house by herself, and
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then other friends who have struggled with addiction and other friends
more like opening it up about.
Yeah. Just giving you a platform
Life stories.
to tell your story, because I really think that the way that I was able to heal through what I had been through was because I talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hide from the fact that I had been attacked and that somebody had hurt me. I put myself on a pedestal, like on a platform, and was like, hey, this is what happened to me and I'm going to get through this. And now it doesn't even faze me. And a lot of people have come up to me and said that they can relate to my story and it had helped them find their strength. So
good for you.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people do that.
Yeah.
It's like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you open up about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you get other people more confidence to do so.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I didn't even plan to have a podcast. I just kept having my dreams again, how I told you guys about how I got rid of my dreadlocks just because of a dream.
Wait, you can't just glaze over that now.
Yes.
You got to say it.
Yeah. So I had dreadlocks for 10 years. I just got rid of them a year ago, brushed them out. It was the worst thing I could have ever done. It was miserable. Yeah. It took 9 hours. It was.
Is that how you do it? Because I've never had dreadlocks and I've never asked. Do you have to brush?
It depends on the person. A lot of men will just shave their head.
Okay.
But I wanted to salvage as much of my hair as I could.
Were you left? Is this what were you left with?
No, so this is actually new. I just chopped my hair off last week.
All right.
No, there were 4 of us, my boyfriend, my sister, and her best friend, and myself were tugging on my hair for 9 hours. My dreads were probably down to my lower back, and we cut them to my shoulders and just started brushing. But at one point,
Were you just sitting there like in a ball of tears as people pulled on your hair?
Yeah. So by the end of it, I was shaking because it was so traumatic. I don't know if you have any tattoos, but if you sit for a tattoo for a long time, your body starts rejecting the pain, know, and I guess.
No, I'm crazy. I just like pain, but I don't have any tattoos.
See, I'm similar, but God, with your hair, it's a whole nother.
So is it pain or the mental of?
It was pain.
I know a couple of females I've talked to, one being my sister. She did the locks she cut her hair for something. And she was like,
locks of love.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just remember her bawling halfway through it. There was no pain involved. It was more mental that she's cutting her hair.
So I started brushing them out on my own probably 3 weeks before we had sat down and tugged them.
You had the team
out.
effort.
Yeah. And I looked at my boyfriend at one time and was like, will you love me if I shave my head? Because I'm thinking about it. Because it was so terrible trying to get them out. And
what did he say?
He was like, yeah, of course. Okay. I mean, he's bald. Sure. He can't really say anything. He's got his shaved head. We'll just be twins.
Who is he to judge?
No, he was very, very supportive. He didn't want me to get rid of the dreads anyways because he thought they were cool, but he was supportive. He was like, whatever you want.
Or he was jealous because he's bald.
Right.
There's that too.
He wasn't when we got together, but he had shaved his head recently, and I actually love it.
I've asked my wife if I could just shave my head and be done with it.
Yeah, do it.
She still likes it.
I get that.
I value her opinion.
Right.
It's kind of
she'll tell you the truth. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Right.
So, all right, you got the dreads out. Then do you feel like liberated? How do you feel?
So I've had them out for a year.
I don't know why this is so intriguing to me.
No, it's fine.
I've never talked to anybody about pulling their dreads out.
People are like, it's crazy. I just feel like every phase of my life is a different person. I'm a different version of me and slowly growing into the version of me that I think I'm supposed to be. So I don't even know if, yes, I was very liberated. I was very ready to get them out. Like I told you guys early.
Was there a professional aspect to this?
No, not originally. No.
Okay.
I told you guys originally that my dreads, I kept having dreams that they were suffocating me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we had to get that. Your dreadlocks were going to kill you.
Yeah. So had you asked me 6 months before, I would have been like, no, I'm never getting rid of them. They're my babies. I called them my dread babies. I loved them.
Okay.
But then I started having those dreams and I was like, I think this is what happens when people are ready. I mean, there's a spiritual aspect to it, in my opinion.
Okay.
And anybody that has dreads for, I don't want to say the right reasons, but for the reasons that I ended up getting them, they'll understand.
Do you mind me
No,
asking?
I don't mind at all. So I started off with 8 I started off with 1 and then slowly got 8. And I liked what it represents. They're your roots and they keep you grounded.
Okay.
And at the time, I didn't know anybody that had locks, and it was outside of the norm of what beauty was to people. So I was like, I'm just going to do something different. I'm going to be different. As a teenager, I was like, I'm dare to be different,
So you did this.
I was 19, right before I moved here.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
Well, I had 8 in my hair before I moved here. So for probably about a year. And I always like to say the rest of my hair wanted to be naughty like the dreads because they would combine with my hair. And I was like, either I'm going to have 8 dreads on my head or a whole head. So I ended up sitting down and having this girl separate my hair into pieces and just kind of would YouTube it through it of what I needed to do to make them dreads and stay on top of them and keep them pretty and clean.
Huh.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So it was more just you doing something different.
Yeah.
Turned into kind of an inspirational, spiritual type thing.
Yeah. I've always been very spiritual.
Next stage of life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Brush them out.
Right. Yes. And, a lot of cultures believe that your hair holds on to things, and that I think that especially your trauma, so I think that when I did cut them off, I had dreads at the time that I was attacked. At the time I went through bad relationships, and I think that I did let go of a lot of that when I
next stage of life, if you will.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So back to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to crush it over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to expand? I know you're new to some extent, but do you have visions of putting a team together, your own team? Do you want to build that kind of deal? Be a single model?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I would love to do that. I think, in due time, sometimes the path isn't always what you think, but I eventually would love, to have my own team, people that I can depend on. I tend to be a one-woman show a lot, with Dustin, my partner. He helps me with a lot, but I would like to have a team to take some of the load off eventually.
Yeah, I get it. So you had your first closing.
Mm-hmm.
Since, this is kind of what we do.
Yeah.
How did your first closing go? No names needed. I'm just curious. Were there any hiccups?
Not at all. It was very smooth. It was
great. Good.
We did have a little bit of back and forth with the seller because we were just kind of trying to see what we could offer. The property had sat for a while, and we just wasn't sure where her head was at, the seller. But finally, my buyers were like, no, we're going to do above asking because we want this house. So yeah, it worked out.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So the deal, if you will, that you got to put together, that led to another listing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then are we expanding? What are you doing that sets you apart uniquely in the real estate market, trying to get more listings or more buyers?
So what am I doing? I feel like I have a few different niches, if you will. My boyfriend does photography, so we've started doing real estate photography.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's something I'm dabbling into, but I think it's a good thing to have in your back pocket.
Is he trying to get other business from other agents?
Absolutely.
Like shooting the homes?
Yeah.
Like MLS stuff? Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing that. Actually, after this, I have my camera in the car. I'm going to go to the property and record some videos for YouTube and TikTok and try to get some more exposure that way. But really just, I feel like the thing that sets me apart is my heart and how much I actually love it. And I think the right people will come along. Hopefully. I know that's kind of like woo-woo in the business world, but I do personally believe in manifestation. So hopefully I feel like
keep manifesting.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to get there, I guess.
Do you have aspirations to tie any business into the podcast that you're doing, or is that kind of totally separate deal?
Right now it is separate. I would love to, I don't know, the podcast, I would love to tie it all together somehow eventually. I'm not really sure how. I would love to create a safe space for women. I wanted to create a space like a woman-only gym or like places that women can go and, feel safer if that is something that they're interested in. I would love to help women know that they can do stuff on their own. I think I learned that very young, and it is a superpower to have in your pocket to know that you can do stuff on your own and not really need the help of anybody. As far as like, needing your dad or your mom or, your significant other. And I think that
I have all girls.
Yeah, so you get
all
it.
about it.
How many do you have?
I have 2 little girls.
Okay.
Well, and the wife.
Okay. I have 2 sisters.
And a beautiful company with a lot of wonderful ladies in it.
So yeah, you're surrounded by women. You get it.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I just think that a lot over a time, women just, don't realize that we can do stuff. And a lot of women feel that way, but, so maybe help them realize they can buy a house, on their own or whatever that may be. So
keep at it.
Yeah.
Keep doing the podcast, whatever. It gets you in front of people. And if there's good content, people listen. Yeah. And I think people sharing people's stories, that's why I love doing this.
Yeah.
I had no idea about your extremely unfortunate incident, if you will, years ago. But, you shared.
Yeah.
And you get other women to come on there and inspire somebody else to be more open.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have a name I'm going to give you that I want you to reach out to after this.
Okay.
So where can people find you?
So, I mean, as I said, I have 4 Instagrams.
Well, let's focus on the business one. Where's your real estate one?
So my real estate is at Hali Binkley Realtor. Super easy. My name is spelled kind of different, so I'm able to get these handles that people don't usually get.
Hali.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And my Facebook is the same, just my name at Quora Realty, and then TikTok as well. So
awesome.
And YouTube. I'm diving into the YouTube thing. That's a little new for me, but
it's fun. I'm going to get you some little clips out of this that you can put up there.
Love that.
Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you. You have a beautiful soul, and your reaction to some of the events in your life and how you've taken it on are pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep up the good work, please. Thank you, Hali.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.